Here's where it got really interesting. Hilary Clinton was asked about Frazzledrip today at the Epstein questioning. Let's do a brief recap of what Frazzledrip even is. Frazzledrip from this graphic. This is the purported file name of a snuff film found on the laptop of Anthony Weiner in a folder named Life Insurance. It was said to make even the most hardened New York City police veterans cry. It's said to show Weiner's wife, Huma Abedin, and Hillary Clinton performing a satanic ritual abuse on a young girl, surgically removing her face and wearing it as a mask to flood the victim's bloodstreams with adrenaline. Blood drank in this state is an elite drug of choice called adrenochrome. So let's just watch when she's asked about it. This is news.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled frazzled?
Notice how weird they get. Notice how the attorneys are like, they're majigulating. And look at what people were pointing out. What people were pointing out was that she immediately touches her face. It's a little interesting, right?
With a zip file titled frazzled.
This is way outside the chairman's ruling. This is way within the scope. Is this within the scope, Mr. Chairman?
I'm not saying for sure she did it or not. I just, it is interesting. It gets brought up and she touches her face, the circle of her face. I don't know. People are saying the body language says it all. One more time, fuck it. And then the interesting thing about this is they go right to off the record session. Shout out Lauren Boebert, by the way.
Zip file titled frazzled.
This is way outside the chairman's ruling. This is way within the scope. Is this within the scope, Mr. Chairman?
If the chairman rules that it's not within the scope.
Mr. Chairman, based on what you said in the public hearing, is this within the scope?
We can go off the record for a moment.
Mr. Chairman, is this within the scope?
We'll go off the record and can talk.
It's interesting too. Another thing, she smiles too, right?
In insurance.
Look at her smile.
That were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled frazzled.
This is way outside the chairman's ruling. This is within the scope. Is this within the scope, Mr. Chairman?
If the chairman rules that it's not within the scope.
Mr. Chairman, based on what you said in the public hearing, is this within the scope?
We can go off the record for a moment.
Mr. Chairman, is this within the scope?
We'll go off the record and can talk.
Go off the record at that point. Kind of interesting, kind of weird, kind of odd. Let's we're mixing it live, guys. We're doing it live. Here's Lauren Boebert. Remember when she was asked about this? Why she asked these questions? Let's see.
How do we get to the bottom of what's going on by asking Hillary Clinton about UFOs and Pizzagate? Lauren.
Well, those topics did come up, and there are things within the Epstein file that leads to these questions. These files open up a whole mess, a whole trove of questions to go down. And, Hillary Clinton being connected so tightly with John Podesta, who's connected with Anthony Weiner, and all of these things, they all kind of tie together, especially when you're talking about women who are being trafficked. So this isn't to highlight some big vast conspiracy about a pizza parlor, but I think there needs to be questions, and I asked some questions on this topic that should be explained. There wasn't an explanation given, of course, and then other members
about
certainly asked
Pizzagate?
about UFOs. I'm sorry?
And UFOs? Like, what did you want to know about UFOs and Pizzagate?
Well, I think everybody wants to know about UFOs.
Let's watch this now, too.
Speaking today in Nevada,
We never thought we were going to say thank you to Anthony Weiner.
Speaking today in Nevada, Donald Trump continues capitalizing on news that the FBI is reopening its investigation into Hillary Clinton's email scandal. The Wall Street Journal reports 650,000 emails are sitting on Anthony Weiner's laptop. Thousands of those may involve Clinton's server, since Weiner was married to Clinton's top aide when she was Secretary of State.
Who, by the way, Huma Abedin is now married to George Soros' son. Really odd play. Isn't it interesting how this all this stream, I didn't even plan it, but it's all tying together with like McCaslin and the Podesta emails and portals, and he's missing, and now we're Pizzagate. Weird time to be alive.
She was Secretary of State.
To cover up her crimes, she bleached and deleted 33,000 emails after
Another with the 33. Why is it 33,000? You know when Hillary Clinton bailed out the people out of Haiti, they were trying to steal 33 kids. Howard Lutnick lost 33, or what did he say about? Howard Lutnick said something about 33. Oh yeah, that they lost. Oh no, Howard Lutnick said the average age of employees he lost on 9/11 was 33. Very odd. Why?
And deleted 33,000 emails after receiving a congressional subpoena.
Clinton is campaigning today in another battleground state, Florida.
Donald Trump is doing his best to confuse, mislead, and discourage the American people.
Clinton avoiding the topic of her emails, instead
Okay, now let's go here to more Tim Dillon, full circle again.
I believe there's two possibilities. Number one, there's a dead man switch somewhere, meaning that Anthony Weiner's still alive, because I believe there's two possibilities. Number one, there's a dead man switch somewhere, meaning that there's something somewhere.
You know the story about his laptop with the cops that saw it?
And supposedly they're all dead? Yeah.
A bunch of them.
Crazy.
Yeah, how many cops are dead? Google that. But the other thing is that they said what they saw was so horrific.
Then
like some of them took their own lives.
Well, that's crazy. That whenever there's so many suicides.
Interesting. The music is kind of loud.
I start to get a little. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, what happened here?
Also, did you ever see him on Patrick Bet-David when he starts bringing up the Clinton body count?
Yeah, and
he gets like soup or defensive.
Well, it's very obvious that
the Grok conversation came up with an answer.
Grok.
So is it not true?
I don't know.
Okay.
Grok's
a claim that 9 of the 12 NYPD officers who viewed Anthony Weiner's laptop subsequently died by suicide has been widely circulated, but it lacks substantiation with concrete evidence linking these officers directly to Weiner's laptop. Here's the details based on available information. Joseph Calabresi, by the way, that guy's on the take. Right. Hey, Joseph, what's
Anyways, point being, weirdness around that whole situation. Weirdness around that. I'm trying to see if I can find what they're referencing about this Patrick Bet-David, Anthony Weiner situation. Yeah, here we go. Anthony Weiner has a meltdown.
Served in the military and dragging their name.
I have a reputation to ask tough questions and piss some people like you off. That's my reputation.
Including dead people who I'm going to stand up for.
Oh, trust me, we are standing up for them more than you are standing up for them.
Let's see. You better get back to that list because we're going to clear some people's names today.
My question for you is, how is it that in the last 50 years, we don't have a single candidate? Everybody has their own. Hey, John F. K. was a playboy with Marilyn Monroe. Trump, Karen McDougal, Stormy Daniels. You know, George Bush linked to 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. Bill Clinton linked to Arkansas women, all this others. Everybody has a reputation. How is it that the reputation that follows them is people close to them die? Why is that a story that many people believe in? Why is that?
Are the Clintons in their 70s yet? You don't think I can make a list of other people who are 70-something years old and say this person died, that person died, this person died? Hold on.
How come they haven't done that with Bush? He's in the same age.
I have no freaking idea why they haven't.
How come they haven't done that with Trump?
So are you saying, so you agree with what I'm saying?
How come they haven't done that with Reagan?
So
how come they haven't done that with Kerry?
What point are you making about these men and women who you listed?
How is it so many people close to them die? How is it so many people close to them?
Everybody dies.
How is
are you
so
suggesting? Okay.
I'm asking the question.
You're asking a bizarre question.
Exactly.
Did people die?
Off.
Did people die? No. What pisses me off, and I'm going to say this again because you apparently are not listening to me. You read a list of people off an obscure website of conspiracy theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that.
Is he drinking a White Claw?
You read a list of people off an obscure website of conspiracy.
In my head canon, that's a White Claw.
Theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that ever worked in the orbit of someone who served in public life for 50 years.
Okay, so yeah, crashing out about that. Fun times.